in 2018, and then nationally, these were the top 10 bottleneck professions. So Belgium is looking for nurses, technical client support, integration specialist, and ICT. And ICT is information and communications technology. I realized I didn't spell that out anywhere. Hospital pharmacists, accountants, technical installations positions, production managers, a secondary education teacher, analyst developer in ICT, again, information communications technology, and mechanic engineer. The demand for labor in Belgium will increase by 0.9% every year. So this is good news. So the European Center for Development of Vocational Training forecasted that over 2015 to 2025, around 30% of the job opportunities in Belgium will require high levels of education, special qualifications, certifications, as well as specific skills. 9 are the top most sought after skills by employers in Belgium. Belgium has, if you didn't already know, 3 official languages, Dutch, French, and German. Although German is really not as widely spoken, they really focus on the Dutch and the French. So especially in Brussels and especially in the services sector, it's not unusual for there to be a requirement that job seekers speak at least 3 languages, Dutch, French, and English. Of course, language knowledge in general, so speaking more than 1 language is always desirable. I think most jobs all around Belgium will require at least 1 primary national language to some degree. There are English opportunities, but they are more limited. So perceptions of work and workplace. Belgians are generally punctual and work according to a schedule. There's definitely an effort to strive for work-life balance. They really respect working hours. Whereas in some other cultures, you may be regarded as a really hard worker. If you're emailing past 10, they may not see it that way. So dress code, generally traditionally formal, but it's not high fashion and it's not flashy. So when we talk about traditionally formal, it's, how do I put this? Let's see, traditionally, modestly normal. And they don't have necessarily an expectation for you to be dressed to the nines. However, it needs to be appropriate. Always appropriate for the situation. For instance, you wouldn't. So take this information, this kind of information about the in-demand sectors, the bottleneck positions, into consideration. But then also definitely consider your personal interests. And then also your skills and training. And I say them separately because I think it's important to do so. Like Elizabeth had explained earlier on, adapting your skills and training it's very doable. And then you should be, if you have university training, you should be proud of what that conveys as you as an adaptable learner, and you can maybe pick up some other skills. But your personal interests in combination with these things are very important. So the idea is to find where these 2 overlap. And then this is considered what I refer to as the sweet spot, where not only will you have a better chance, a higher chance of being hired, but also this is where you'll have the greatest chance to really thrive and do well and enjoy your working life.
I think it was very, very interesting. My name is Vanya Nedelcheva and I work for the Greek trade unions. My question goes to the migrants with long-term residence permit in Greece, so they can apply in any European country and move for a job, and also European citizens. As you know, here in Greece, we have a very high unemployment, both for migrants and Greeks. And of course, there is a situation with the asylum seekers and refugees, so probably in another stage, not now, we can think about matching people who are, for example, are selecting to move to Belgium. So my concrete question is first, how we can match from our office people with agencies if there is somebody who is interesting to take people from abroad, having first a digital interview, probably digital training, and anything like that. For now, we have a very long, very big interest for Germany, Sweden, and then Austria. But following the meeting yesterday, I'm questioning how possible it is to contact with some agencies from Athens and help for this. Thank you.
Any good practices on how to reduce the tremendous bias in the heads of Belgian employers recruiters?
An initiative that it originally took place in Belgium and it's still ongoing, and then now they expanded also in Paris. It's called Duo for a Job, and it basically goes in this direction. So initiating a partnership between a retired person, Belgian retired person or French retired person, and an newcomer or someone who is looking for a job, independently also from the origin. And then basically putting together a sort of, I think it was 6 months tutorship, let's say, mentorship. And apparently the results are very good, because 3 out of 5 people taking advantage of those mentorships actually find a job or a training. So it's like, or an internship as well. So maybe it's something also nice to underline, because of this transfer of soft skills and knowledge between Belgians or French people who are used to work or were used to work in the country, and newcomers. So it's like a win-win situation for both.
A refugee has to make. Most of the CVs are focused towards local labor market needs rather than capturing the life experiences of the potential employee. It's a kind of comment or question.
Yourself and your interests and your goals, because that personal touch is so important to what makes potentially a great candidate for a job. So for instance, when we see that 24% of people just starting their work experience journey are referred to by an acquaintance, someone who met them, someone who did hear the kind of resiliency that they've demonstrated in their trajectory. And that's also a great channel and a great reason why I encourage.
I'm volunteer mentor for organizations in Brussels and in Leuven. So feel free to contact us. You can use the email of Michael or info. You will arrive with me as well, and we will take up whatever you want to discuss. Just feel free to contact us.